The newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. One lawmaker has renewed his push for the legislation of absolute divorce in the country. Albay Representative Edsel Lagman has refiled the proposed measure as House Bill number 78 in the 19th Congress. Lagman said he is hopeful that tormented wives can soon be liberated from dysfunctional marriages and abuses. He explained that the bill reinstituting absolute divorce is an apt sequel to the Reproductive Health Act. Similar bills were filed during the 17th and 18th Congress but were not acted upon by the Senate and Committee on Appropriations. The Philippines remains as the only country in the world, apart from the Vatican, without a divorce law. The government promises to bring justice to slain attorney Jal Lailo's death as his family laid him to rest on Sunday. Faith Del Mundo has the report.
Lea Lailo, mother of attorney John Albert Jal Lailo, tries to be strong as she mourns her son who fell victim to a shooting incident in Philadelphia, USA on June 20. Lea is even more traumatized since she saw the killing firsthand.
Kitang-kita ko lahat, pati yung huling hininga ng anak ko, pati yung mangingisay ng katawan niya. Very unforgettable. Kaya nga, hindi ako makatulog without sleeping pills. So, I'll be seeking professional help. Very traumatic sa family ko. I will miss everything.
Jal's family is calling for justice, and authorities say there are currently 3 persons of interest. Recall that they were on board an Uber vehicle when a still unidentified assailant shot at them. Lea sustained minor injuries following the shooting, but Jal, who was shot in the head, was pronounced brain dead after being placed on life support. Lea's calls on the assailant to surrender to the authorities.
I want you to surrender, give justice to my son because you killed an innocent man who's just having fun with his mother. He doesn't deserve this. Please come out. Yung case, it's important. More than monetary. We want justice. Justice.
For their part, the Justice Department promises to monitor the case.
I told the family that I will write a letter to the Attorney General of the U.S., to my counterpart, so that the investigation should push through and that they will find the perpetrators. At least we can have justice.
Migrant Workers Secretary Toots Oples said Jal was supposed to work in the department and also vowed to follow the case closely.
I discussed with the family that I offered to help them reach out to the new Foreign Affairs Secretary, Secretary Manalo, just so they can appeal to the DFA for continuous, wala na yung parents na nandun sa US to keep the pressure on.
Jal was a staff of former Senator Laila de Lima and was among the lawyers of former Vice President Leni Robredo's Election Board of Canvassers. Jal's remains are currently laid in La Funeraria Pass in Manila and is scheduled for cremation. For News 5, Faith Del Mundo, we are One News.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. Chinese President Xi Jinping shies away from addressing the political storm in Hong Kong as he made a speech during Hong Kong's 25th anniversary of Chinese rule. Let's find out what he said in this video.
We are in the middle of a typhoon right now and dealing with some stormy weather, but when it came to the political storm that Hong Kong has gone through in the last 2 or 3 years, President Xi seemed to try to move away from that, saying Hong Kong is, after the storm, reborn from the ashes, and saying that we've entered into this new stage from chaos to governance, sort of a sideswipe to Carrie Lam in her tumultuous term where she essentially faced a lot of political dissent that is now essentially crushed. You have pro-democracy opposition leaders that are still in jail waiting to be on trial since this national security law came into effect 2 years ago. And so she's trying to focus more on prosperity. Now it's time to pivot into economic development and really focusing on some of the social issues that perhaps the last 4 chief executives had failed to address, especially when it comes to housing and how to alleviate this income and wealth gap here in the city and try to fix this housing crisis in the world's least affordable market. We also talked a little bit more about a well-balanced government as well as markets. Does that mean less monopoly and maybe a warning to some of the real estate tycoons out there, given that they have a pretty tight grip on the real estate market and the land supply here? So the fact that he came here, though, is already significant. Xi Jinping has not left mainland China for nearly 900 days now since the early days of the pandemic, and the last time he came here was back in 2017. It maybe is a sign that Hong Kong definitely shows importance to them. He wants to project this message, a positive message of strength, unity, and stability, stability being the key.
Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. The Health Department recorded over 1,300 new COVID-19 infections on Saturday, the third consecutive day that the daily tally hit more than 1,000 cases. Despite this, Metro Manila remains under alert level 1 until July 15. Prices of fuel products are expected to decline in the coming days after weeks of back-to-back price hikes. Diesel prices may go down by close to 3 pesos a liter, while gasoline prices could see a 10 centavo per liter rollback. And in sports, Filipino pole vaulter E.J. Obiena rebounded from a 6th-place finish in the Stockholm leg of the Diamond League by topping the jump and fly meet in Hechingen, Germany. Obiena cleared the 5.80 meters in his third attempt to secure another gold to his tally. Now, for more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World Online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I'm Riza Diaz. We are One News.